Hey guys, Daniel Casher here from PPD Real Estate. Great to be speaking with you this morning, and also just introducing you to a new interview series that we're going to be doing over the coming week. Something completely different to what everybody else is doing, not getting caught up in the COVID-19 situation, and just some really interesting experiences. Today, to kick off, we've got James Short. He is not just my personal business coach, but life mentor as well. He's from Gold Tribe Incentives. He's taken my business to a whole new level of understanding. And we're just going to ask James a good few questions about how he's seeing the market at the moment. How are you, James?
Mate, awesome. Really appreciate it. And thanks for having me. This is exciting and super pumped to go through and just to share some insights and some expertise of what we're noticing out there at the moment.
Mate, fantastic. We can't wait to hear it. I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions, if that's okay. And just love to share your expertise with others. So can you give me a bit more of a background and share with us your journey to how you got to where you are today, and just give me a bit of insight about yourself and what you do?
Yeah, totally. It's been an interesting journey. Like I started my first business at the age of 17, and that was back in the fitness days, personal training, and finished school obviously, and went to study sports science at uni, and teamed up with a mate of mine, and we opened our first fitness center in my early 20s, and we grew that to a number of fitness centers, and it was a great time, being on all these different councils and committees and blah blah blah. So and won some great awards through that time, and I've always had a business coach in all my businesses, and I remember we had the plan of rolling out these centers on the East Coast, and we had about 20 odd staff, and we had everything systemized, and we sat down with our business coach, my business partner, and I said, all right, let's roll this out. We're ready to go. And my business partner said at the time, he goes, I'm just happy where we're at. I said, oh. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not. I want to grow. You want to do that? You want to stay where you are? What do we do? And so we back and forth. And he goes, well, what would it be like if I bought you out? I said, oh, well, let's entertain that idea, shall we? So in 4 hours, we came up with the heads of agreement, and I was selling my share. And the business coach at the time said, in my 15 years of coaching, I've never seen that happen like that before. I said, well, if you're not aligned, if you're not on the same page, then what's the point? So I sold the business, and I sort of, looking at other things that I could do. And I thought, I love the coaching side of it. I love the helping people and changing people's lives. So I went and did some further studies, and I started a pilot program, which is a 4-month program. I had 10 people around the table, and every fortnight we would catch up and go through their goals and their businesses and so forth. And I remember one guy in particular. He was an interior designer, and his goal was to be Australia's biggest, most famous interior designer. I said, love it, big, hairy, audacious goal.
Perfect.
And so halfway through the program, an opportunity came across his table to be on a reality TV show. Now, you think 12 years ago, what that meant, a reality TV show was just sort of starting out, and so he was really hesitant. So the group
Everyone
goes...
thought you were crazy.
Yeah, totally right. The group goes, do it, back yourself. And so he did, and he went on the show, and he came second on this national TV show. And his name was Darren Palmer. Now, fast forward to today. Now, Darren's obviously a judge on the Block TV series. He's got all these amazing sponsorships. So I said, yeah, I think you pretty much nailed that goal. And so fast forward to today, where I've been helping a lot of my clients is mostly in the real estate and the property industry, helping to build their teams, helping around their leadership skills, working on their strategies, and ensuring that they're taking their business from good to great. And particularly these times where it's super important to really get so many things right, and to continue to survive and also thrive through these times.
And it's certainly not just the business aspect that you've assisted me and many others in. It's also the personal aspect, keeping the head right, having personal goals, and some drive, getting you up in the morning, not just to come to work, but to a bit of self-love and take care of yourself. So it's unreal.
Yeah, so true. It is that combination, because you can be so focused on your business and being busy in your business, but then everything around you falls apart. And so what's the point? So you're looking at your health, looking at your relationships, looking at your own personal goals, and that's going to obviously help your business grow and thrive as well.
Fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. And tell me, what What have you been noticing in these uncertain times? What's your thoughts around the now?
Massive fear factor at the moment. And, obviously these unprecedented times, there's a lot of unknowing. There's a lot of components of, we don't know timeframes. We don't know when restrictions will be lifted. And so what happens is that when we therefore tap into the media, there is so much fear that is being driven out there. Like, I'm speaking to friends and they're like, haven't even left their homes to go shopping. It's just overwhelmed. And so what happens is that with this fear, this actually stops us growing. And we can be doing so many things around home, so many things of courses and so forth. And so becomes almost a paralyzed approach. And particularly in business, people go, oh, I'm just going to sit and write it out. Now, that's the worst thing that you can do. I understand their businesses are closing. I understand that, some of them have been shut up. I totally get it. But there's also ways for those who can still work, can still be proactive, not sitting on your backside and actually getting out and doing things a little bit differently.
It's certainly an awesome opportunity at the moment to be able to come out the other side bigger, better, and stronger on an even greater platform. So I agree. There's a lot of people who are in a state of paralysis and not knowing where to go.
So true.
Beautiful. And in relation to business, how are you doing things differently? What are some tips and tricks that you've got up your sleeve to share?
Well, I mean, firstly, we like to look at things that we can control and what we can't control. And this is a really important exercise, is just to make a list of all the things that people can control. They can control how they feel. They can control their emotions, how they respond, their own actions. What they can't control is other people. They can't control the virus. They can't control the government. And so when we look at that and put that into perspective, then looking at the things that we can control, if you were to rate those things out of 10 on how you're feeling right now, 1 is you're just unempowered. You feel like you just lost, and 10 being you've got this sorted. And looking at, excuse me, you've got a 5 out of 10. How do you move that to a 6? If you're a 6, how do you move that to a 7? So little things that you can do on a daily basis. It could be exercise, could be meditation, it could be going for a walk, whatever it is to fill yourself up. Then we look at what we're looking at the moment with a lot of our clients and a lot of businesses is the 3-pronged approach. How are you profiting? So looking at your cash flow, looking at your income, looking at your expenses, looking at that and like, okay, what do we need to shave off? What can we change? What can we modify? Then we're looking at protection. So protection for yourself. How do you maintain your health and safety at the moment? Protection for your team. What can you, because they're working from home, how can you be engaged? How can you ensure they're safe and healthy at working from home or in isolation? And then the third is pivoting. So what do you need to change in relations to your messaging, to your marketing? What are the things that you can do your service offering a little bit differently? And what are the opportunities for other services or products that you could be helping clients right now with? So looking at profit, protection, and pivoting.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing that. It's excellent insights. Well, guys, that's going to be enough for today. Let's thank James very much for being here with us, and we appreciate his insights, and we look forward to bringing you more interviews.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming, James. Thank you.